So the left starting guard will be Lewis Mobley. Everything else stays the same except the backups. And so essentially Nick Carticello will back up our center and back up our left guard. We hope not to play him. He's a freshman. Chichi Ibe will back up Mike Monteleone. Zach Alozio will back up the 2 tackles. On defense, the biggest change is Nate George, our starting defensive end, will go to defensive tackle and start. And Carlos Jeter, who's really been playing well, will start at defensive end. And we just feel that Carlos, Nate, Carl Thornton, and Mike G right now are the best 4 that we have. And you know, Bojalad and Haltau, and the other guys, Saeed, Khatib, they'll still get work. The other change is that at drop linebacker, we're going to work, Thomas Lindsay is the starter there. We're going to work Brandon Walker, who's been working with me as an inside backer. He's been working there for the last 2 weeks, so he may get some playing time there. There is some question as to whether Mark Jackson will be able to play. He had a concussion. He did not practice yesterday. So Abe Satterfield will go to strong safety. And Spiegelmeyer is questionable, but Mike Catch will play there. He took more than half the game Saturday. In the secondary, Aquasi will be at 1 corner. We are going to move Mike Wells back to corner. He'll be at the other corner. And we're going to play Daryl Jones. He's been prepping at free safety since free safety. Andre Henderson. I'm sorry. Since Andre Henderson got hurt, he's been prepping there, and he will get his first start at free safety. And I think that is it. You know, as for our game Saturday, the one lone bright star was special teams, and I don't mean that just in terms of the 2 touchdown returns. The punt unit had net punts of 41, 41, 35 yards to the -1 yard line, 56 yards to the -8 yard line, and gave up no return yardage, none. They had an exceptional day, great protection, punts, coverage. Punt return forced a 22-yard punt out of bounds, and then obviously returned 1 for a touchdown, 70 yards. Kickoff was the unit I was most excited about. By far the best coverage of the year. They had stops at the -24, -26, -15, -25. Saved 1 kick that was out of bounds. But they had 4 that were just exceptional coverage and kicks. Kickoff return, our initial line of scrimmage was the -41, -40, -42, and then we had a 78-yard return for a touchdown. Now that was just a run-of-the-mill touchdown. Vaughn could have probably gotten to the 35-yard line. I might have gotten to the 30-yard line. But the punt return, no, that was...
Have you seen the tape on that? I'm pretty sure you've seen the tape on that since. Does it get like even better since you can rewind it and look at every bit and piece of it?
Yeah. I didn't count how many tackles he broke, but he broke two on-one tackles.
Yeah.
The initial one, and then there was another one. There were actually 2 guys unimpeded who hit him, and he broke the tackle. He had enough presence of mind after he had run 90 yards to make 50 that he actually geared down and let his convoy get ahead of him. But I may never see another return like that in my lifetime. And then PAT, field goal has been perfect this year. Missed the first one in 14 attempts for Craig. So that was the highlight. Offensively, we've got to learn to be more exact. We stopped ourselves with too many freshman errors. We had as many as 5 freshmen starting at one point, and that it looked like it. And so that's one area that we need to really improve in. Defensively, we've got to play with real strong discipline when you play against a quarterback like Trevor, who called me yesterday, and I haven't been able to get back to him yet. But we just weren't as sharp as we needed to be against a quarterback of that magnitude. Awards for the game: the prep special teams player of the game was James Johnson. We're going to hear a lot from him next year. The prep offensive player was a quarterback, Chris Brown from Bishop Guilfoyle. Prep defensive player was Ross Nicholson. And surprise, surprise, the special teams player of the game was a Quasi. And the ROTC player of the game was a Quasi. And the Coaching for Life Attitude Award went to James Carson, who I had the media. I'm still have a burr in my saddle because the media does our tackles, which are inaccurate at best, and that's no cut on this guy. It's just the way it is, and it's all over the league. But I had James on film with 17 tackles, 12 initials, and 5 assists. And in this day and age, that does not happen very often.
Somebody told me yesterday he had 16, something like that, 17.
So.